It definitely feels like they picked up this puck and this clockwork relatively early in the draft, and they're requiring them to do a lot of the heavy lifting in order to keep this AM shut down, in order to keep them winning fights that honestly look kind of scary, because Nigma do have this sort of like run-at-you lineup with Death Prophet and Dragonite frontlining with the big old team fighters in the back of Phoenix and Earthshaker.
The battle begins.
Yeah, it's tough for them to really. I just feel like it's hard for OG to make moves again because they have a 5-position Enigma. And, it's similar to it's not exactly similar to a Puck, because Puck doesn't have an actual stun or anything at all, but it's very greedy. This hero requires items normally to really be very impactful. If you're walking your hero in, waddling very slow as a 5-position, you're just very easily just get burst down. It's just looking scary. It's looking really just bizarre too. It's standard OG, making things a little bit more complicated, making things look more confusing. And we'll see if they can make it work versus a more standard draft for Nigma. Sure, it's a 5-position Death Prophet, but you see the workings of what they're going for here.
Yeah, what do you think about their decision to downgrade the Death Prophet to the 5 position that we've seen around a little bit, especially G coming in from the CIS scene, and then elevating the Earthshaker up to a 3 position for Mind Control?
I quite like it, actually, this game, especially just you still do a lot of your job to be able to just be this support and be able to trade and push lane out and all that kind of stuff. And then, so the farm priority of the Earthshaker is just more important in this game. They want to be able to just get Mind Control in this one, and they were flexing. It's just them flexing throughout the whole game and then just picking and choosing at the end, of course. But
yeah,
there's definitely the merits that Earthshaker, he can actually do pretty decently in the game down bottom, as he's going to be providing most of this control in the team fights, and the lane's not that bad. He can actually survive down here pretty decently. Enigma can't threaten and get you killed as this Earthshaker. Earthshaker and Phoenix can actually put the pressure onto the Jug a bit.
Mid one. Nice Fisher there from Mind Control. Puts him to the wrong side of it, and so he takes a few hits in exchange. Kuro showing, or attempting to show some of the strength of the Death Prophet. I thought maybe he was going to level up the drain there just to show that he can man fight against the battery assault. It's something that I've been experimenting a little bit around, and it's amazing what you can actually man fight as a Death Prophet 5 because of the drain.
That's actually pretty cool. You have a bit of a longer cooldown, of course, for the restore, but yeah, that's actually a pretty cool concept with it. Because you do have pretty decent stats to start with, and all right. I haven't gotten to see it too many times. I've only seen it literally the one game that they did play it on G, so.
And with just a Windlace on Windlace action too, Soxa is actually quite slower than the Death Prophet. I think that's one of the best things. Her base movement speed is so high.
Really cool.
Blink away from Miracle as that is the Ion Shell melee hero threat, so that is the one thing he's going to have to keep an eye on. But otherwise, Animage does quite well against Darkseer in the laning phase, right?
Yeah, amazing versus Darkseer in laning phase, good versus Clockwork too throughout all stages. That's why they picked it. It's a really dream AM game. Nice last hit by Miracle, dropping his Quelling Blade under the tower there to secure himself one, not missing it. We're seeing mid pretty even. Sometimes we do see the DKs come out a little bit more ahead than normal, but Pop Topson very comfortable in this one, as we see Soxa and Kuroki going at it, and there's that Spirit Siphon you were mentioning.
Yeah, he was able to, with an Ion Shell and Battery Assault on him, able to stay alive. And blocked in by the Fisher. No Tail does have the Eidolons kind of covering his trail here, but that is kind of what Nigma were looking for. They want some Eidolon kills, and as a result, their CS is looking pretty good between the two of them, as they have gotten a couple of those extra bounties. Topson really trying to put the pressure here on Weehaw when it comes to the harassment. Is keeping him relatively low, but...
Yeah, and he's actually done something I see a lot of players not doing lately. He's actually gone for the phase shift. I've seen so many players actually just go for 2-2 on the pucks versus DKs. He's dodging the breathe fire. It's something very important that you have to do so you can keep this base damage, so you can actually harass him. Topson's actually getting him pretty low because of that. So it's some nice stuff coming out from him there just individually.
I thought for a second he would go for it, but he makes a wise read. I mean, Topson is well known for his Fairy Fire baits, and that's exactly what Weehaw's kind of doing, still holding that in his back pocket. 4-minute power runes. It's going to be a DD on the top lane.
Ooh, a big one.
Yeah, no Topson support rotations this game.
Yeah, Topson not going for the bottle rush either. He's actually just gone for stats straight into the urn slash potentially even just a vessel rush this game actually for the puck. Some games I don't really like it too much, but he's versus a lot of healing and a lot of just tanky heroes, so definitely a potential for Topson.
I hate to say, it feels like Weehaw's not going to be able to make that Soul Ring he's not going to make use of it a whole lot. Is bottom lane, they're going to be able to chase down GH. This should be our first blood. That'll go to No Tail.
Oh, wow. That's a bit surprising for them to actually find that kill. The Malphus must have stopped the Icarus dive or something.
Yeah, that's what I believe happened.
That's a kill that you don't see really happening as bottom. It's like Earthshaker Phoenix should be able to stand in. Yeah, he was stunned. Okay, yeah, he was stunned mid-dive. So nice play there by No Tail then. Rotation to mid. GH.
Yeah, watch that one again. Yep, Malphus. Right when he was next to mid one, so just kind of set it up for that free kill. Meanwhile, we did try and go for a bounty rune play. GH TP'd into mid lane to help out the DK, secures the bounty rune by the Ancients.
Seb's doing good up top. You know, it's his Darkseer. He's at least keeping himself consistent with last hits. Anti-Mage, though, as we know, Miracle, he's going to get full free farm this game, and that is a very big concern when it's the DK also free farming as well, and it's just such a damn good AM game versus Puck versus Darkseer. You always have a plethora of mana void targets when you do look to get involved too, and they just can't catch you on your split push is the big thing. And it really feels like OG's going to have to start dictating the pace and really looking to pressure towers down super early on somehow with this Enigma jug.
Cutting waves. Seb wanting to stay away from the Animage as much as possible. Meanwhile, this is where the mid lane starts getting a little bit more difficult, and that's why Soxa's already on the rotation here. They're going to bring in the Juggernaut to this fight as well. They really want this kill on Weehaw, but he might still be able to get away as mid one is only level 5, no Omni Slash up, so no way to be able to close this gap. Nevertheless, he just keeps running at him. Mid
He's
one.
thinking about it. They get the ward down. 2 wards placed down, one on the side to watch the triangle.
Okay, they really want to just enable the Siege Wagon push, it seems. More TP is going to come in as they go for the Battery Assault dive, but the Phoenix is going to respond here. Diving onto Soxa, gets that minor slow, and is going to keep up with the burn. As long as he lands, these should be enough. Soxa looking for the deny on the neutrals. Wasn't able to wake them up fast enough.
A very OG-esque move, just bringing their safe lane into the mid lane. Very mid one rotation too that he's been doing a lot to try to get the tower, try to take advantage of the fact that they have the catapult versus the DK. Can't quite finish it, but they do force a lot of reactions, and it will give No Tail some time to farm bottom versus Mind Control, who Mind Control is actually not that, only at level 4. I thought he'd be a little bit better off down here, but
yeah, it seems that perhaps the death of the Phoenix early on, without the Phoenix in lane, maybe he was forced back a little bit and unable to get as much CS as he would have hoped.
it also has 17 denies, of course, right? No Tail getting quite a fair amount with just the Eidolon spawning.
Yeah, that's it's always an awkward point when you kind of have a dedicated dual lane and you're being denied by an Enigma. It's like, we're not getting much experience out of this lane anyway, and there's no way my 4 position can just, you know, run around and do things. The Phoenix isn't really that kind of hero. Nice use there of the wall very early on, just catching the Animage illusion and just kicking Miracle out of lane. Don't allow him to sit here any longer. Meanwhile, mid lane, gonna go again. Weehaw. This time around, mid one, making the faster rotation, is going to be able to get on top of this Dragon Knight and go for the spin kill, and it's just enough. Last tag there does put him over the top for level 6 as well, so he has the Omni Slash ready to go. Kuro, he's going to have to back up.
Nice silence from Kuro.
Oh,
Killing it at 3, a very unlikely thing as Soxa rotates in, and maybe they can actually get the second one. No, they can't. Yeah, nice move from Kuro, saving his life, getting the silence point at level 3. Otherwise, he just gets Omni there. And OG just consistently pushing forward to get themselves at least a tower advantage. They want to get these early towers, especially because they will suffer to get them later on. And they need to get early towers for Sam. And Miracle's actually looking to join in.
Echo going out with so many units there. Oh, he actually came really close. Too bad he didn't have more mana. Curl gets chased down by Soxa plus mid one there. Soxa, the one to secure the last hit. Malphus is going to stop the Fisher, slowing it down a little bit. Seb should be able to make his way around the wall. No problem. He's plenty healthy.
Did he get like a ton of Eidolons, I guess? I was looking down. I was looking at mid when that all happened. Okay.
Yeah, he had a ton of Eidolons, but sadly didn't have mana for Fisher to finish anybody off there.
We see OG continuing to just put pressure onto these towers. They have to get early towers versus this AM, or it's going to be really disastrous for them. So really pushing the issue forward on mid and on top lane.
GH.
Might even lose a hero for it.
you're going to lose Seb, and it's traded out for GH, so I'm pretty sure Nigma's quite happy with that one still, though. As you said, the pressure just continues, man. OG, is it something about the draft you're saying, like, they have to take these early towers? Why is that?
Yeah. They have to be able to hunt this anti-mage. They have to be able to get these deep wards down to be able to watch him out. Because it's a limited game where they can actually gank and punish him. Nice Miracle, he actually blinked in.
Miracle, he's going to try and play around with the Centaur. The Centaur stun was really going to help him out here, but it's not quite enough. His blink was just coming up, but the orb comes out first from Thompson, and now Weehaw, he's actually going to go ahead and pop his Soul Ring here to try and fight this, so it does bring him a little bit low. He gets the kill on Saksa, but it's OG who are walking away with the better of these engagements. A triple kill for Thompson.
And you see how adamant they are. Just bring more heroes. Bring 4, bring 5. Just bring the numbers versus Nigma. Just take out these towers, get these invasive plays. Somehow they kill Miracle. Miracle making a big mistake there versus this limited stun lineup. He does go down early. Nice deny by My Control.
Yeah, smart play.
For it.
No Tail does have the black hole, but there is the response there of the silence from Kuro. And yeah, it just feels like OG. I mean, they look at the support duo, Death Prophet and a Phoenix. Those heroes don't represent a whole lot without their level 6s, so all this pre-10 movement has been devastating, and now Miracle's gonna get caught by a hook shot into a black hole from No Tail. He immediately pops the taunt because he knows that was a massive win there.
And immediately it's on top of a tower, so now they can transition it into a push. 3K gold advantage already. They're pressuring all fronts. It's gonna be 3 tier 1s already. This is huge. Now they can get this access into the enemy jungles. We see both wards are placed already to watch in case wherever the anti-mage goes.
And they TP from the mid tier 2 down to bottom lane tier 1. Weehaw's here, and he's actually quite low. It feels like they're being forced to so many rotations. They're just being pushed and pulled apart here. Weehaw can still get chased down. Is he going to try and dodge the orb? But they don't need the orb to land to be able to catch him. Weehaw gets tipped as that unfortunate TP. He's desperate to try and keep these outer towers alive in order to create the space for Miracle to carry this game, but they are just being rebuked everywhere they go. OG, they've got all the answers in this game too, Fogged.
They're doing it perfect, exactly like we were saying. Like they have to play this super aggressive style, and they are. They're gonna have Mech already finished on this Darkseer. Noto, he sees the anti-mage mid, immediately ports there, and look at the swing. They take the tower, already start going to claim the jungles, and look to find this anti-mage. Coil's online, they can kill him. Scan's gonna catch him successfully, but they know exactly where Miracle is. They're gonna chase him all the way out. This is exactly how OG needs to play. Some beautiful stuff coming out. And mid one, with his build that I can say he patented in this current patch, not a super rare build, but he's the one who's been doing this a lot. Minus bots. And
Coil
Miracle
with the wall. Can they burn him out pretty quickly? Oh, you know they can. That was a lot of damage. Kuro is going to be able to make it out because the vacuum, he guessed incorrectly there. 2 spots there he could have TP'd out instead. Guesses the wrong one. Still, though, they got what they came for. That was a Miracle kill and a 5,000 net worth lead for OG.
5K gold lead so quickly.
I'm sorry, you seeing that stat, Fox? 31 minutes faster. This very early boots of travel is a little unique for mid one here, and as a result, he's kind of breaking the meta and breaking the stats as well. As now Weehaw's going to be dying as the Dragon Eye, unless they can save him. The Sun Rays in on him, though. GH is trying to burn out Soxa right now. The Mind Control, he laid out the Echo Slam, but they don't have nearly enough damage. They go for the egg. They're going to turn around and hit it. Kuro's going to come in. They're committing their life to be able to kill Soxa, and they will manage to get it. Soxa dies, traded out for GH, but at the same time, Miracle, he's being threatened in the back lines by Thompson. Seb's going to run forward and just keep pace with Kuro. Even though he's got the exorcism out, this is a level 7 Death Prophet. Doesn't really scare anybody too much. The vacuum misses, and Kuro will manage to get out alive, but it's still every single team fight. Nigma is looking worse for wear.
Just such quick plays. It's like the same thing that we saw from the last game from Nigma. It's actually OG doing it this time, just really forcing the issue and just taking advantage of greedy supports. Death Prophet Phoenix, tough to make these fights happen around when it's your chorus who have to be the ones to actually set everything up. Just like we saw last time where OG was struggling with their puck coddle. They're just having a really hard time when they're just getting ran at with these heroes. So OG with an excellent start to this game. 7K advantage. Really starting to roll with it as Soxa and Thompson getting super aggressive.
Yeah, it's amazing if you said like game 1 Thompson. Chain stun. This is what they did to hunt down No Tail's puck, but this is a core puck, a little bit tankier, and as a result is going to be able to survive through that burst. Now he's going to be able to throw the coil out, mind control. He's going to be protected here by Kuro, but not for long. They won't be able to stop this Juggernaut coming in. He looks to be able to throw out the Omni Slash. He lost vision of mind control. Still looking for the die, perhaps. Weehaw represents a threat that mid one can't really go through. At least not right now, anyway. They'll back up, heal up around the healing wards, and continue to chase Nigma another time. Seb actually taking the time to use his shovel here for peak efficiency. Does manage to grab the bounty rune and gets away.
And now they swing over. They drop the wall actually on the anti-mage to push him off of Ancients too. And they're chasing forward. They'll find Kuro with this Omni, an easy kill.
Yeah, mid one says it's worth
relentless. Yeah, they're just chasing forward and diving for these kills. They see how greedy the draft is from Nigma. The anti-mage can't get involved. DK has been shut down significantly in the laning phase. And Earthshaker too.
Oh, Jesus. They just will not stop. Pulling him out of that tier 3 range as best they can with the cogs. Mind control dies. And now Nigma, without that Echo Slam, without that Fissure, and good ways to be able to protect the egg, they may not be able to stop this tier 2 push. As No Tail's going to be given the surge. He's just going to run it, Weehaw. Malefice him. Maybe go for the black hole if he feels like it's needed, but it's not. They've got the cogs. Pulling it back into the battery assault. They throw out the egg, but honestly, they should be able to get themselves out, no problem. Yep, outside of the range of the stun. And Miracle
They're all full health.
Is nowhere close. Yeah, they are. This healing ward's doing some serious work for them now.
And they're not going back either. That's the important thing that I'm seeing. They're just using this healing ward. Now they mech up as well. They're healed. Kuroki. Actually full Greaves. Sorry about that.
9,000 healing plus the Greaves coming out from the Darkseer. Where's the rest of this healing? It said everyone was pumping out healing. How's that possible?
They must have been receiving healing.
Okay, earn on puck. Yeah. What does the clockwork do?
Tranquil
Boots? Tranquil Boots counts as healing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Well, it's good to give him credit because we did mention as well that Soxa and Thompson had to step up the way that they made plays around the map. They really have been. It's been a relentless run at Nigma for them the entire time.
Yeah.
And they've just claimed themselves this really good advantage to the point where their ults are back up every single time when they look to make these plays. And Nigma, they're just getting hit too fast. This Earthshaker, mind control is getting no space to farm. He's nowhere even close to the realms of a blink tag.
They gonna catch him. They spot him. Malefice, hook shot. The black hole for the cherry on top. No Tail is dominating. 10,000 net worth lead. And Fogged, I'm not sure how much longer Nigma want to keep this game going. I mean, as badly as they dumpstered OG in game 1, it's even worse for Nigma this time around, but maybe an opportunity. Oh no, the Echo Slam, it didn't actually hit Thompson. Now he's going to be pulled back into the wall. Oh, this is a disaster for Nigma as Kuro is actually healing up a lot until the Omni Slash both cuts him down as well as Weehaw. And you know, mind control, he's not going to be let out of this so easily either. Another nasty engagement as OG win and win and win.
Never having to go back, always keeping themselves on the map. This Greaves comes in. It's going to be back up in a second too. They're just fully sustained. The Greaves
we had to walk around the tree, and as a result, the Echo did not hit the Aftershock stun on Thompson, so they missed the chain. Oh, mind control. That cannot feel good.
From bad to worst, it really gets. 13K gold lead. They've just, yeah, it's similar. It's just like Nigma took advantage last game. OG just fully taking advantage of the greed. And Miracle, he needs so much more time. And even when he gets that time, he's not going to be able to outcarry this. This has just gotten way too out of hand, way too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, what is an Animage that is underfarmed due to a Juggernaut that's running at you like this? I mean, it's going to be a tough game for him to find those openings.
No, it's just him like running and farming. The other 4 have to handhold as they're just being ran at from all of OG. And Soxa just always finding the targets.
Silence, trying to give the opportunity for the Phoenix to get out of here, but the coil forces an egg, and that in turn is killed, as is Kuro. Thompson. Relentless now, as it just seems like he's almost mad. He's pissed off that his good laning phase of game 1 was ruined by so many Nigma rotations that he's come back into this game 2 with a serious vengeance.
It really does feel that way. He's a 9-0 in a puck versus a DK. They know exactly how to play around it. OG with just no chill. This is no chill mode really from OG. Look at the ward coverage, the sentry coverage too. It's just no hope for Nigma to come back in it. It's just Miracle running around looking for farm. But look at Saksa. He knows where he is. He's going to place a ward defensively on their side so that they can watch Miracle, so they can potentially catch him as well while all the disasters happening in their base.
Hook shot not up for another 5 seconds. Otherwise, this could have been a prolonged chase on Miracle. Still maybe
away from the bounties though. Yeah, and Topson's going to swing over too. So potentially they can still find him.
Nigma are actually going to smoke out to this Animage, expecting a move from potentially Topson. It's certainly coming from Saksa, and Saksa, his smoke, it's going to be broken onto him, and he should die here pretty quickly. The 5th kill of this game in 20 minutes for Nigma.
Feels good killing that Clockwork, though. He has been such a big thorn in their side, just punishing all these heroes that just do get punished from Clockwork. You know, Earthshaker and all this, he's been excellent. And now, this Urn still online. They'll find Weehaw with it, with the Midnight Pulse.
Yeah, I mean, the Coil Midnight Pulse is a nice combo. Just a great way to ensure that you get a decent amount of that damage out with very little risk required. Miracle's Courier's gonna die as it heads back through, but Miracle's got bigger fish to fry. He's trying to find farm anywhere he can on the map, but he's being chased everywhere he goes. He's gonna go for a TP out. They spot him, vacuum, Malefice is there from No Tail, and the Black Hole with the wall just to make sure that they do indeed have him dead to rights. This is a slaughter, Fogged.
It really is. And I do need to give credit to, because I haven't said it, Notel is doing so well in this Enigma. The 4-1-4 skill build, he started out with 4-1-1, just the 1 point in the Eidolons. It's actually had such a big impact this game. His Black Holes have been on point too. They're really just running away with the game.
Oh, Weehaw! They actually do manage to get there. Oh, but the orb rolled him over before he could finish up with a Fisher. Still, though, if they kill mid one, it's well worth it. Mid one has been given all this space, but for what? Maybe for a good fight. A vacuum over to the side. An egg is on out, but Nigma have already lost all their heroes, so it's GH left alone. That's going to be scrambled eggs for breakfast for OG, and paired up with a nice tier 3 tower.
I believe that's that. OG running over this game. Just it really is a testament of how they played and how relentlessly aggressive they were, of just bringing the Juggernaut in from bottom, just bringing multiple heroes in to just take the early tier 1s, invade from Nigma. Never let them play the game that they want to play. Play your own game. Just play super aggressive. It's been that the entire game. 11-0-11 on Topson.
Oh! Echo, and his orb has already been used, so there's not going to be a fast way to get out. That is Godlike Spree, given over to Miracle. A glimmer of hope, a small bit of light for Nigma in the darkness.
A very small glimmer of hope.
Very, very small indeed. I can't believe this timing on this Blink Dagger. Mind Control picks up a Blink Dagger as a core Earthshaker, 22 minutes. If they can get another kill like this on mid one, it gets the healing ward out. It's going to be a long chase if they really want this, and it's going to be a very awkward one with Saksa positioning such a great cogs that it ensures the Dragon Knight's going to die first, and Nigma not feeling good about chasing up that high ground. OG Seb still has his Blink Dagger, his wall and vacuum combo, but opts not to keep that chase going.
That's a good call, actually, that you're saying, because Mind Control had double Bracer and some other items. He sold everything to get this Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
He has relegated himself to a full support now, so it is truly a 4-protect-1 from the side of Nigma now.
Yeah, I mean, last game, GH had a Blink Dagger at like 16 minutes, I think, because we talked about he still had time to farm up for his shard, which was coming at 20 minutes. So, you know, it just goes to show a dramatic difference in the first 15 minutes of this game.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
OG, you see how scared Miracle is. Even if they know they're Roshing, I mean, look what it takes to Rosh. It's just mid one and No Tail. That's it. They still have the hunting squad out there of Topson and Saksa on the map, smoked up right now, so Miracle can't really show until he sees the puck somewhere.
Really smart. Yeah, really, really nicely done by OG. They're prepping. It's like I was talking about for Enigma the last game. It's just thinking about the next thing, right? They're always just thinking about the next thing, setting up set up for this Roche, set up your wards, set up where anti-mage can farm. Even though you're so far ahead, it's still just in case. Just in case of anything, have everything prepared and done at the maximum. DD, they scout Kuroki in the base too. Juggernaut fully online now with the Aghanims and the Ag Shard with this Maelstrom.
Yeah, jeez. A DD is just an excuse. A two-man hook shot from Saksa. It's not going to get much better than this. An opportunity for a black hole. They vacuum him inside of the cogs to make that 3 inside that little window, with GH going to be the last to fall with the egg down. He's going to buy back, but what good of use is that? Carl
oh my
in
God.
and dies instantly. That wasn't an Omni Slash. That was a Swift Strike. He still got that extra firepower ready to go on mid one thanks to the DD. He is just blowing up everybody on the side of Nigma. And where's Miracle? Still somewhere inside of the jungle. You can't blame him either. What's he supposed to do with an anti-mage of 25 minutes? He's not supposed to be winning the game yet.
I'm sure everybody's looking at this and being like, this is exactly what happens every time I see anti-mage. So OG really taking advantage of that pick and just dominating this game from start to finish. 34-7. Nigma, they're trying to force them back, but Miracle just not going to be ready. He still doesn't even have the basher. He's still just not even prepared to go into this. And they're actually setting up for him. Thompson, he's hunting.
He's going to get out. The coil doesn't snatch him. Seb has already used his blink dagger, so looks like they're going to have to give up on that chase. Still, though, it doesn't really matter too much. They can just run it right back up to that top lane.
They have base wards too, so they just see poor Nigma stuck inside the base. They're going to get the D wards, but they see all 4 heroes there. Seb gonna force out the bottom lane. He's gonna have a Hex finished up any moment, so they're already preparing for the later stages. So if anti-mage shows up, if he's able to get farmed, if he does get big, they'll have the preparation for him. They'll have the control. Maybe not Thompson, because he looks like he's just going for a fun build, but the rest of them.
Well, it kind of feels like to me for Game 3 that you just cannot be grabbing heroes with long cooldowns and being ultimate dependent. I mean, this pace that both of these teams have set is way too fast for that. I mean, we were having so much action before the supports got anywhere close to 6. Mid was being dove at by it was like a 4-on-4 in the mid lane. And, you know, one side has a Phoenix Death Prophet. Like, that just pretty much set the pace of the game.
Yeah. OG, no mercy.
Absolutely no mercy, and what a pace of the game, man. With mid one going this Midas Boots of Travel build, on top of that going for the level 15 talent, decreasing the healing ward cooldown.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, so he's just made sure we're always going to be on map. There's always going to be a threat of us potentially 5-manning into you, and our pressure is never going to let up. We're never going to have to back out because healing ward's on cooldown for too long. It'll be back up very shortly.
That has been the biggest thing too. Just them never having to back up. They've always just had their place on the map to look for aggressive plays. As my control shows himself for a second, and he's just dead.
Yeah, and he probably played a little bit forward there because he has a buyback, but it's not like OG had to commit a whole lot. That was just a Swift Slash. Coil being used, they can reset if they really want to, but OG looks like they feel confident that this last minute of Aegis is going to be put to good use. Nigma pretty much have to poke at him, try and force him back and see if they can waste this Aegis, but there's the healing ward. It's up again, thanks to all this heal they've got. Okay, they're going to smoke up, go around. Last-ditch effort here for Nigma in this game, too. Otherwise, we're going to a third and deciding game as Kuro's going to lead the way with the Exorcism blinking in inside of the cogs with the Midnight Pulse already out. A big nuke coming out from Thompson. Miracle tries to show himself, but he immediately gets pulled into the black hole. Another pull in for the vacuum and mind control. He'll die as well. GH is the topper, and that's it. A 5-for-0 team wipe with an Aegis still intact. That says everything you need to know. This